Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. We're going to take a quick look here again at Kaspa, seeing what's going on. I got this question from a few community members asking if this coin is going to reverse or just generally speaking what the potential is for a long position. So we're going to talk about that and much more. So if you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. Hope you learned something today. Don't forget to comment, like, and follow. I do appreciate that. Thank you so much. Actually, really helps grow the channel. And if you do have a consideration or want to become a better trader, CryptoCash.tech is a site. Link down below. I offer trading academy, community, and signal group. Okay, it's really awesome. Took some nice healthy profits on the way down with five different short positions over the last week, and then we had 2 stops out for our longs, which is unusual, right? We typically only go with 2 stop losses per month on average, somewhere in the range of 95% success, 94% success on average. So, start off this month a little wonky, but once again, the price action dropped really hard and really fast from Bitcoin. Nobody really saw that coming, at least that quick. I saw the shift of momentum, just didn't expect a good, 8% correction one day. Either way, conversation for another day. Let's take a quick look here at Kaspa, see what's going on. We need to kind of reaffirm some things here. First of all, we got this larger descending trend line where we're still establishing lower lows and lower highs. Okay, so generally that's a bearish sign, right? And people do tend to think that the price action, working itself into a type of, triangle or descending wedge, whatever you want to call this here. It's generally a bearish sign, though. I know it seems like okay, since it came from the top, it's going to work its way out and break up. Generally speaking, a lot of these can break down, especially in bearish trends, okay? Because we want to look at a few key factors. I'm just saying, generally speaking, this isn't necessarily a positive sign just because it's working itself into a type of channel, but also somewhat of a shape or a pattern. I like to mention that because some folks they'll literally look at a pattern and they'll be like, okay, this is a bullish pattern, and I'm going to just go long because of it. Terrible idea. You use it as a confirming factor on top of good TA. So you want to look at everything first and then make an informed decision. You don't just jump in because it looks like a forward-giving, bullish pattern when everything else is screaming bearish divergence. Okay. So again, just kind of throwing it out there. If we take a look here, of course, at the current scenario here on the daily. First of all, we're below 50 on the RSI. That's generally a bearish sign. Money flow index, while it's increasing, we still haven't increased on our bearish divergence here, or more so, we haven't retested 50 on the RSI, and stochastic is still swinging down. These are all signs kind of letting us know that the momentum has shifted to the downside. There's no other way around it. We keep establishing lower highs and lower lows. We're below 3 out of 4 moving averages. The only support we have potentially is at 10.8. So that's not a really good thing here. Speaking of support, let's take a quick look at the volume profile in the last, what is this? This is ever since November. So roughly, actually more so beginning of November roughly. We can see here we have the largest amount of concentration of volume at 12.9. So we can round up and say 13 cents. People have the most accumulation at 13 cents. And what does that mean for us now? Well, that means that's a resistance for us, okay? Again, being below that point of control at 13 upwards of 14 cents, it just implies that the price action is going to continue to hold the price down. I know it seems kind of contrary because it's like, well, wait, people think $13 is a good value, or sorry, 13 cents is a good value. Why isn't 12 cents a good value? It's not really it doesn't really work that way. Unfortunately, with volume, it can be used as a support or resistance level if you have a large accumulation at specific price points. Coincidentally, this round number of 13 cents is going to hold the price action down now that we're below it, okay? It's that typical support turned resistance, resistance turned support situation. So having said that, looking at the 4-hour here, we got a significant amount of divergence here being below all 4 moving averages. We can see stochastic is starting to swing down, whereas money flow index and RSI are just hanging right out there at about 40. This is not a fantastic sign. These are very bearish signs. Keep in mind, it's not like truly bearish, but it's perfect in a sense of considering a short position right now. And I would say that just because when you see the RSI and the money flow index kind of hanging out in that sweet spot under 50 over 30, that's all well and good. That's letting us know it's bearish, right? But the fact that we're not massively overextended to the downside implies we have more potential for correction to the downside without people viewing this as being oversold. So right now, people still kind of consider this to be a good value, which is terrible because the bears don't think that. They know that people are going to try to buy in at this level because it's a good value, and they're going to continue to push the price action down because it's not overextended yet. We can see we got a nice MACD FU here as well. Tried and true, perfect situation there for continuation for a short. If we are below the cloud, which I'm speculating we are, most coins are right now, there's a solid consideration for a short with this coin. And take a look there. There we go. We keep getting rejected by the lead, the lower and upper lead on the cloud. We can see the lagging span is free and clear now, the price action. and conversion lines below the baseline, we've closed over 4 hours below the cloud. This is a textbook perfect situation for consideration for a short. Now again, statistical probabilities are one thing, right? We have a large propensity for the price to continue lower. Is that a guarantee? Absolutely not. If Bitcoin pulls its head out of its ass and shoots straight up right now, this doesn't matter too much, okay? Because if you look at Kaspa, look at this price action here. It's essentially establishing lower highs and higher lows, depending on how you look at it, right? Same thing with Bitcoin here, though. But once more, Bitcoin looks a little different. It's an ascending channel here, which is, again, a bearish type of divergence. So more likely to see the price break down than up at this point. But what I'm getting at here is the pattern from Kaspa. It looks a lot more aggressive to the downside than Bitcoin does, and that's also a consideration for a short. So a lot of reasons why this coin is not looking great. So to answer whomever's question, is it worth taking along right now? That's a hard no. Unless you're like a long-term investor, maybe a different story, but you're probably better off waiting for the price action to lower. I would say a price entry and be closer to 12 cents would make more sense, because that's where we have our more recent support level based on the lowest fib extension to that 11.6 range. So 11.6 to 12 would be a good consideration for an entry. Between now and then, I think you're going to find a lot more success betting on the price going down than going up right now. Just kind of how it feels. So I hope that made sense. I described that correctly. I know it's probably not what you're looking for, but that's how the charts are. You just got to let them speak to you and try not to get emotionally invested in coins. It makes zero sense. I have a chapter in my trading university about emotional investing. If you want to maybe rewatch that as a community member, I would recommend it. A lot of people lately have been kind of overly emotional, and I get it. Yeah, we hit a couple of stop losses. All right, it's okay. But you offset that with a lot of other good trades too, which we have done. Really not that big of a deal. So again, folks, it's all good. You just got to roll with it, learn to pump the brakes and relax and take it easy, try not to get too overexcited about situations that you can't control. Control what you can, which is your emotions and how you respond to things. If you need a break, go take a break. If you are doing well, keep it up. Keep up the good work, folks. Either way, thank you so much for watching. Hope you learned something here today. Comment below, like, subscribe, and follow. And obviously, make sure you check out Bitunix, phenomenal exchange, link down below. Highly recommend them. There's no KYC or VPN required for this exchange. Nice rewards, too, if you use my link to register. Have a good rest of your day. Thanks again for your time. Take care.